Hey, good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to week 3 of class. Week 1, we did some background information. Week 2, we started Of Mice and Men. We read chapter 1, did the questions and the quiz. So your scores in Skyward are updated. So if you're missing any work, be sure to get that in as soon as you can. And be sure to check Skyward for your grades. The grades in Google Classroom won't be fully accurate, so make sure you're checking Skyward if you have any questions about your grades, okay? This week we're going to keep going and read chapter 2. So we've got the text posted here. Hopefully you're liking the book so far. If you're short on time, remember you can always find the chapter audio on YouTube. There's plenty of free resources there. If you just Google Of Mice and Men audiobook, and then they have a lot of them here by chapter. So you can listen to those. Sometimes it's helpful to hear the characters' voices so you can really picture it. I would just highly recommend, if you're going to listen to it, follow along in the text also. Because remember, we're going to need to find evidence of whether or not George is a good friend to Lenny. And that's going to be hard to do if you're just listening to it. Then you have to go back and find those quotes and that evidence. Okay. Your assignment, you're doing the chapter 2 questions just like last week. It's laid out the same way. We've got some vocab words. The vocab words will be part of the quiz. And then we've got the chapter questions here. And then, like I said before, we're keeping track of evidence of whether or not George is a good friend to Lenny. Like I said last week, that's going to be our final essay question at the end of this semester. So the more evidence you keep track of as we go, the easier your life will be down the road. So with chapter 2, George and Lenny have arrived at the new ranch. They're going to their new bunkhouse where they're going to be living for the next few weeks or months. And you're going to meet the characters that live there as well. You'll meet Candy, Curly, Curly's wife, Slim, and Carlson. Okay, so just kind of pay attention to the different roles that those characters fill. Pay attention to which character has the power. Okay, because the person who owns the ranch is not necessarily the person that has the power over the men or executes that power. So pay attention to who has the power, do they deserve it, and why does that person have the power? What do they do with it? And then you're going to see a couple different topics come up. The first one is the friendship between George and Lenny. Usually ranch hands don't travel together. They don't stay in touch with each other. So the fact that George and Lenny hang out together, travel together, look out for each other, that's very rare. And you're going to start to see that based on the reactions of the other guys who live in the bunkhouse with them. They just think it's kind of strange that they're so close. So pay attention, kind of that theme of male friendship is going to come up over and over. So pay attention to how the different characters react. And then, sorry, that bell, I don't know if you could hear it. I'm sure you could. The other thing you're going to see is there's going to start to be a theme of, like there's no room for the weak. Okay, and you're going to see that a couple times. There's going to be a couple different instances in this chapter where the men are just saying, if someone or something is weak, we just get rid of it. There's not room for it here. It's worthless. It's useless. So kind of pay attention to that theme and how it comes up in this chapter. And then finally, you're going to see a lot of evidence about whether or not George is a good friend to Lenny. You'll probably have evidence on both sides, and that's a good thing. That's okay. So write down the quote. I would keep track of the page number, so if you need to go back and find it, you can. Also, when you write the essay, you're going to need to cite the page numbers. So keep track of page numbers as you go, okay? If you were not here this morning for our lesson, the attendance word of the week is Sharpie. So email me the word Sharpie, SHARPIE, if you missed our meet this morning, and I will get you counted for your attendance credit. All right. If you have any questions, please email me. Hope you're enjoying the book. Like I said, read chapter 2, do the questions. Our next meet is going to be Thursday at 8:40, and that's when the quiz will be posted. We'll go over questions from the reading. We'll go over the quiz on Thursday. All right. See you then.